So love and affection can be an incredibly hard thing to recognize, but it's even harder to know when it's time to walk away from someone that you like but you are getting some red flags from. You may have waited a very long time to be able to find someone that you truly felt like you had feelings for. Yet now you feel lost, and this nagging feeling has gotten right under your skin, wondering if it's really the right thing, and you are not sure if it's time to put an end to it or if you're supposed to just push through. Because here's the tricky part. You might be getting these obvious red flags from someone, but since you're the one having the feelings, it is really difficult to see through it. Or have you ever seen your friend falling for this girl and you know straight up and be like, guy, this girl is not worth your effort. This girl is too wayward. This girl is too this. This girl is too that. But when it comes to us, we are kind of blinded from the obvious red flags about the person. Well, that's why you have me to enlighten you on these things and tell you about these red flags that you should notice immediately and leave a girl so that you and her will stop wasting each other's time and you can actually meet someone that you have a better chance at. Number one, you are not feeling respected. So respect is a very important thing in a healthy relationship, as is self-respect. If a girl doesn't respect you, then it's not a healthy relationship to stay in. You may still feel a sense of grief when the relationship ends, but this is not a loss in the long run. Lack of respect can easily change the rest of the relationship because it may mean that they don't respect your feelings and your wishes in all regards. They may also cross boundaries that you have established and do a lot of other things which you are not okay with. Respect is important in any relationship, especially in a romantic relationship. When respect is lost, this is an alarming sign and one that should not be ignored. Respect in a relationship is the key to a happy life. Not only is it important for love relationships, but it's also important for healthy social relationships too. For some people, the importance of respect is very, very obvious, while others are struggling to understand why it's important to ask partners when making big decisions, or why we should suck it up and go to the movie sometimes when you are not even interested in watching a movie. How many times have you lost respect for someone after they have done something that you don't really approve of, or you have heard them talk about you behind your back? Once respect is lost, it can be rarely retrieved or restored. Respect is very, very fragile in the sense that it takes ages to the end, but it can be broken and lost in just 1 second. Imagine living with someone who doesn't respect you. They will make decisions on their own, although the decisions might even affect you. They wouldn't treat you nice in front of people. They will make you feel less worthy and less important all of the time. And to be honest about it, who would even want to be in a relationship like that? By not showing respect, you are only sabotaging the relationship. The importance of respect between two people should not show up as a topic for discussion at any point in your life if you're with the right partner. If, however, you find yourself trying to explain why it's important to respect each other, it means that one of you is lacking the understanding. It can be explained, but it's also a very rocky road if someone sees nothing wrong in treating you in a certain disrespectful way. So number two, when you are the only one putting all the effort. I don't really have to emphasize so much on this because I've mentioned a lot on this particular thing, and I will link a video on it in the cap up there or probably up there. But if you feel as though you're the only one working for the relationship, seeking physical intimacy or making sacrifices for your partner, then this may really be the right time to leave. A selfish or immature person could try to gaslight you and get you to think that they're just going with the flow and that you're the one who's making up the whole thing. This is where trusting your gut comes into play again. Everyone deserves to be in a happy, loving relationship. So if your partner takes you for granted or constantly demands your full attention while they are willing to do so for you, this may be a sign to walk away. And if you're getting any value from this video, consider hitting the like button and subscribe for more content on getting the girl of your dreams. So number three, communication between you two has broken down. We are constantly communicating with each other, whether we believe it or not. Literal words aside, we unconsciously communicate through non-verbals like facial expressions and body language. We communicate through the tone of our voice, and we communicate through our behaviors. And however, we also communicate lack of interest by not communicating at all. Good communication is vital to any healthy relationship. If you're unable to communicate with each other, your relationship wouldn't really last very long. When you're not able to communicate, have meaningful conversations, or develop deep intimacy, misunderstandings become very common. An irresolvable communication gap is an alarming sign that you might need to walk away from your relationship. So number 4, you do not find a sense of fulfillment. When you've been in a relationship for a while, there will inevitably be arguments, both big arguments like money you're spending versus saving, and small arguments, let's say when she forgets to do the dishes again. Not to mention that there may be even days when the mere sight of your girl makes you want to lock yourself in your bedroom indefinitely, which is part of the reasons why it can be really hard to tell if you're actually in an unhappy relationship or if you're just going through a rough patch. We expect to be treated with love, kindness, affection, and respect. Fulfillment forms the basis of whether the partnership could be successful in the long run. If you're both willing to live up to each other's unbiased expectations and help each other grow, you will definitely be happy in the relationship. When we focus on appreciating our partners for their efforts, it will strengthen the relationship. If your relationship lacks any of these, you may have to ask yourself if being with this girl is the right thing for you. So you can ask yourself something like, if today was my last day, can I say that I'm with a girl that I want to be with, that I deserve to be with? If the answer is no, or probably maybe, acknowledge that what you want does matter and that it ultimately might be worth ending your relationship. Number 5, if you fight more than you laugh. I think this one is mostly self-explanatory. Anything that you're doing that the rewards doesn't match with the level of effort, what's the essence of doing it in the first place? So let's say that you get a job and you were to work a whole 365 days and you were only going to be paid as little as 5,000 naira. Would you do it? Obviously not. So why would you get into a relationship and invest your time, your energy, your resources to, and you're not getting any value out of it? Or rather, you're wasting the ones that you have in form of energy, money, and happiness. You could really like this girl, but when a relationship hits rock bottom, feelings of dislike, jealousy, and hate may creep in. Also, when you see no future with them and you continue to suffer day in, day out, it's time to take a stand for yourself and part ways with her. But also know this, not every guy needs to walk away from his girl. However, many guys need to reestablish their vision for lives and decide that if what they are doing is in line with their vision for the life that they want. You need a meaningful life first, and then you need to find a relationship. It's not the other way around. All other approaches to happiness are fleeting. No girl will make you happy, just as no job will make you happy, just as no success will make you happy. Your happiness starts from within you. Happiness is something that you attain and is a state of being. But for some of us, the only way that we can learn this is by walking away from people who are holding us back. And if a girl is the thing holding you back and stopping you from being happy, then the only option left is to walk away.